And we're live. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us here. We're glad you found us. It's the Christopher LaPrath Show. My dad, who's an amazing guy, was raised in a haunted house and has been doing readings like this for nearly 30 years. He's got a master's degree in human dynamics, and he's just an incredible person to be around. I'm sure most of you here have met him in person and just know he's quite the presence. And hi, welcome in everybody. Hi, Tony. It's great to see you. Hi, Doreen. Hi, everybody. So just to get things rolling, the theme for tonight is, do you know where you parked your car? And just to talk a little bit about that, you know, we're constantly creating our realities. And I got into a discussion with a good friend of mine about this, that our internal experience is creating our external reality. And, he had a little bit of a different opinion, saying that his health was, oh yeah, thanks so much, Doreen. It's great to hear that. That's really kind. And hi, Lone Rose. Thanks for joining us there. Great to see you back on the show. So to get back into it, this discussion with my friend, he personally had battled depression for most of his life. This guy's in his 70s now, but he believes very staunchly what the doctors tell him about, that it's an incurable disease, and that he has to be medicated his whole life for it or have some kind of a treatment, and I'm not saying that's wrong, but my opinion is that it's not an exact science. It wasn't that long ago that doctors were prescribing cigarettes for asthma. So it's a practice of medicine, and I so much respect medical professionals and everyone in the industry, especially with what's happened recently with the pandemic. Like, so much thanks to everyone with that. But I mean, health, looking at it holistically, starts in the mind with our thoughts. Healthy thoughts, healthy feelings, healthy body, healthy field, healthy community, healthy planet. So yeah, that's my 2 minutes, and I'll turn it back over to my favorite person on the planet, Christopher LaPrath.
Hey, thanks so much, Kenan. Kenan LaPrath is my producer. He helps me with the show. I absolutely couldn't do this without his help with setting up the equipment and getting the right things. And I want to welcome everybody tonight that's on Facebook and YouTube. So thank you all very much. You're able to chat. We'll do our best to answer any questions that come up. We'll pay attention. What we do with this show, my name is Christopher LaPrath. I've been doing readings for people for 30 years. I work full-time at a university during the day. I have a master's degree in human dynamics. And we started this show almost a year ago. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Fleece Agency, Tony Fleece and his amazing group of people. They're a branding and marketing company. They sponsor the show. So thank you very much. If you need an incredible branding, an incredible marketing company, call Fleece Agency, fleeceagency.com. And also wanted to shout out to Brick Road Coffee shop here in Tempe, Arizona, that there's no place like Foam. It's a Dorothy Wizard of Oz themed coffee shop. Great coffee shop. So thank you both for your sponsorships. Thank you all for your donations too, that help keep this show going. I truly appreciate it. What we do is, the order that you come into the chat, we do our best to pull a card for you. And before we do that, we always start the show with a blessing to everyone, especially those that are on the show. We light the incense. It's very symbolic of being able to clear away any negative energy, anything that might be in your way, any obstacles, because that's what I specialize in. Is we're all incredibly talented. We're all incredibly knowledgeable. We have incredible experiences that life has given us. But sometimes we have obstacles, and sometimes it's hard for us to see those obstacles. And I always liken it to you're sitting across the table from someone and you're eating spaghetti and you get spaghetti sauce on your face. Well, you cannot see that spaghetti sauce. The other person has to tell you, you have spaghetti sauce. And so sometimes that's the messages that you've all been getting over the past few months. If you're new to the show, thank you very much. My son Kenan is keeping track of the order that you come into the chat, so we're able to hopefully pull a card for you if you're open for that. But you have to say something in the chat. You have to say hello, otherwise we won't know that you're here. Okay? And if you have a made up name, we're not necessarily going to know who you are. We definitely cannot see you. Okay? So that's a little bit of social media education, because when I first started this, when I was watching social media, I was a little bit worried that they could see me. No, we cannot see you, okay? So you can watch this in your pajamas. But we are here to help energetically remove obstacles that no longer serve you to your best and highest. Okay? This is all about consciousness. It's about raising the vibration and the quality of life for yourselves and those around you. Okay? So we always pull a group card which pertains to the entire group. And that group card tonight is called the Jeweled Web, Connectivity. So most of the time, people come to me and they want confirmation for something that they really already know. Or they want help with a problem or a path that they should take. But what I would like to have you all think about, I took some notes, is when and I've done this before. I've gone years ago to oracles, to other readers, and wanted hopefully to hear a specific outcome. But what that does is it narrows down the possibilities. So what I would ask you tonight is, are you all willing, maybe not looking for a specific answer, but to expand? Are you willing to expand the possibilities of what the message is or what the message really means, and look beyond just one answer? Okay? Because it's not about necessarily, I want to connect with a special lover. I want a special job. I want an end game, or you want something specific. What this card is about is seeing yourself as an integral part, an integral jewel in the web of the universe. You matter. What you think, what you say, what you do matters. But what's really important is understanding that it's impossible to know how any of the universe works. The universe is stranger than we can think. Okay? And that was written by the founder of quantum physics, Werner Heisenberger. The universe is stranger than we can think. But, as Kenan said, the theme of the show tonight is, do you know where your car is parked? And on Facebook, I mentioned, maybe you don't have a car, but do you have a bed? Do you know where your bed is in your bedroom? Do you cook on the stove? Do you know where your stove is? You don't believe you know where your stove is. You know where your stove is. You know where your car is. You don't believe that you know where your car is parked if you have a car. You don't believe you know where your bed is. You know where your bed is. You know. There are things that you know, like, do you believe in the power of manifestation? Or do you know the power of manifestation? See the tweak on the word there? So, everyone, you can repeat, I know the power of manifestation. I know the power of manifestation. And then, what is it that you're manifesting? As Kenan said, what is true in the microcosm, what is true in the body, is true in the macrocosm. What is true on the outside. But look and change the inside first. Know that. That's the power of manifestation. Okay? And that's what this is. Know that what is your highest good is a sparkling jewel and will light you up. So, if you have a specific outcome that you're looking for, are you free of limiting yourself with that it has to be this way? Rather, focus on your knowing of how you know it feels to have that. Okay? Not what you need to do to get to the goal. I can read for you for 30 years and tell you every step of the way, every stone. No, know the feeling of having that right now. Know the feeling of how it is you want to feel. Know how you know your life to be and how you want it to be. Call that in now. You know that, okay? Be free of believing it. Just simply know it, okay? Take your focus off of getting anywhere and practice the feeling of having it. Practice the feeling of having it, okay? Can you be that now? Can you feel that now? Are you willing to be that now? Are you willing to feel that now? Hence the incense. Lots of blessings coming your way. Okay, Dan's first. Dan, Utah. Welcome, old dog. Thank you again for being here always. So Dan, thank you for being first on the show. This is radical acceptance of yourself, of who you are. Are you doing what it is that you love? The beloved isn't just about having a beloved relationship. It isn't about having, it can be a thing. It can be, what is it that we're doing that lights us up? And are we doing it? And if not, what can we do to feel that feeling of doing what it is that we love and focusing on that feeling? That feeling is what will manifest this and bring it in. Bring it in. Universe, show me now. Give me this feeling now. This is expanding your vision. So buy a spiritual telescope. Okay, because when you look at this card, this is like some kind of constellation. It's some kind of new star being formed. There's a new star being formed in your field. It is absolutely manifesting who you are. Step into it. And are you willing to let go of any fear of it not working out or any fear of not having enough? And are you willing to focus on having the feeling of having it now and knowing it, Dan? Okay, who's next?
Lindsay, and can you let Molly Leatham know that she's in line? She's joining us on Facebook. And it's
Molly, you're in line. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. I'll pull a card for you. You're definitely in line. We got your name down. Hi from Globe.
It's Lindsay Lou and then Lady Lou.
Okay, Lindsay. Okay. All right, Lindsay, we're going on you first. Lindsay, slam that door. Focus on how you want to feel, how you want to feel, rather than how you're feeling. And that will help get rid of any stinking thinking. Bless. You can, you know what? You can make a stew, you can make a soup, and be really, really upset that you ran out of carrots and you don't have carrots. Well, Lindsay, you know what? Forget about it. You know, sorry, I got to put my pad up here because my rings are hitting the glass table. I apologize for that. But you can be upset about the soup not having carrots, or you can focus, hey, you know what? I've got the meat and potatoes. We're good. Okay? This is going to be an awesome soup. Look at what you do have and count those blessings. This is closing the door. Have you ever had those pesky door-to-door salesmen come to the door? Or you're diabetic and these cute kids come to the door selling candy. It's okay to close the door on them. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. We've talked about this on the show. It can be one of the most difficult words. So say no to negative thoughts. Say no. Close the door on them, no matter who it offends, even if it offends yourself, because we can all get used to a certain way of life or an expectation of how we think life should be. And then it creates this void and it puts this path of gloom, despair, and agony on me in front of you. It continues. You're throwing out gloom, despair, and agony stones. But when you focus on how you want to feel and how you know your life is going to be, rather than being attached to the outcome or how it's going to be, you focus on the feeling and allow the universe to bring it into you. Because when we focus on how, what if the universe has even a better plan, right? What if you want a My Little Pony for Christmas and the universe has an idea of giving you an actual pony with the ranch and all the feed and the really handsome shirtless cowboys to run the ranch for you? I mean, how would that feel? Okay. All right, who's next?
Next, Lady Laurel.
Okay, Lady Laurel. Oh my gosh, Laurel, I'm so excited for you. So everyone, Laurel's in Texas, and Laurel is doing this Big Bada Boom Texas rodeo show. She's performing for it. She has her own band, and I'm so excited for her. So she's going to be performing here next week, or is it the week after? I'm not sure, but great job, Laurel. Ooh, doggy. Okay. So Laurel, this is called the Wailing Tree. It's about reconciliation. Number one, life happens, and it's our attitude toward what life happens. I know you know that. We've talked. I've known you for many years. But in any way, shape, or form, are you willing to let go of blaming yourself and losing the coulda, shoulda words? I could have done that. I should have done that. Lose those words from your vocabulary, okay? And how excited you are about this upcoming show, put that energy, put that feeling of performing in everything you do, okay? So I watched a video today that somebody puts orange juice in their coffee, and I'm like, oh, no. But I thought, well, wait a minute. Why not? Take that feeling of performing and this joyous feeling. Like Lindsay, take the feeling that you get from your kids, that joy that you get, and put it into your work, put it into your art, put it into your relationships. That feeling, okay? Focus on that feeling and then just move it to different areas and aspects of your life, and let go of anything and everything that, for instance, you started a new job, Laurel. So the first day, are you beating up on yourself because you don't know all the ethics or the rules of the road or the ins and outs of the job? No. You're there to learn and not beat up on yourself for not knowing. So this has been a journey. This life has been an incredible journey for you. And those things that you've lost have been necessary losses, because you wouldn't have become the person that you became today without those losses. And I know, and you, all of you pretty much know who know me, I know that this is not all there is. So, an example, we lose somebody passes away, divorce, whatever it is, they move out of our lives. There's more. Are you willing to let go of limiting yourself to that narrow outcome? There's more. Those people that have passed on, I know they're in another realm, but still with us. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, so after we go Marilyn and Abby.
Marilyn and Abby, South Carolina. Okay. So Marilyn, my dear, getting back to integrity. It's not that you were out of integrity. But when we put others first ahead of our own needs and wants, we can get out of integrity. Because it's like you're chasing spiritual cats. You cannot herd cats. Cats don't necessarily listen to you. And cats are great, but they're cats. These are spiritual cats. Get back to you. Get back to you, because in being who you are and doing what it is that you love, what lights you up will get you back to an integrity with yourself and absolutely finding joy in it, okay? You become the compass for other people. It's not, because as you increase your energy level for you, other people will feel it and follow it, rather than having to teach them or you become it. They begin to follow, not to follow you, but to imitate or to create their own joy, and you give them direction by finding your direction. Okay, Abby, Bobabby. This is fun. So many times, Abby, as children, we've really gone through a lot. Like, hey, I was raised in a haunted house, you know, and you and I could sit for days comparing stories. But when it comes right down to it, our connection with spirit is never disowned. We can go through this physical thing of abandonment, of death, of loss, but that's just the physical. And you've always been connected with spirit. There's this gentleman named Emoto Masura. He wrote The Language of Water. They did this research on blessing water and even putting signs on water, the water that you're drinking, like love, light, goodness, kindness, and actually taping that word on the water. And they've proven that it changes the molecular structure of the water. Well, our bodies are 70-80% water. How much more important, I'm not asking you to go get tattoos that say love, goodness, kindness, faith. No. What I mean is our thoughts control that structure of the water within our bodies, and losing anywhere where you even tell the story of having been disowned or the background, it doesn't matter. The story doesn't really matter anymore to you. This is you moving forward and really deepening your roots and your power and your strength. All right. Yeah, I see ghosts. Okay. But the thing that haunts most people isn't a ghost. It's these memories that become energies. And burn some incense, light some sage to get rid of the ghosts that are haunting your stories. The ghosts that are your stories. And are you willing to let go of there being any nobility? And I'm not saying this is true of you, Abby. I'm saying this to everyone in the show. Are any of us willing to are all of us willing to let go of any belief that there's nobility in suffering? That there's nobility in telling your tragic story over and over again? Well, because for 2,000-3,000 years now, there's been a guy that was hung on a cross, and that story's been told and told and told and told. And people begin to identify with, oh, there's nobility in being hung. I don't know where that came from, but I wanted to share that. I know that's for somebody on the show, but thank you very much. Okay, who's next?
It's Austin.
Hey, Austin. Okay. All right, Dan, if you're on the show. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. Who is that? It's not Billy Joel. Anyway, it's a song, Austin. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
It's a Jim Croce song.
It's Jim Croce.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim Croce. Thank you. Okay. All right, Jim Croce. Big 70s guy. Austin. I know sometimes you think, all you're trying to do is Superman's cape is wrinkled, so you gotta straighten it out, dude. He doesn't look good if there's like a wrinkle crink in it. And you got this phlegm in your throat, right? And it's a real windy day, and sometimes you just gotta spit. But what happens when you spit into the wind? Okay, and you're getting my point. You think you're helping the Lone Ranger by pulling off his mask, so that, he can really know his identity, and that other people can know his identity so they can relate to him more. So there's a saying, you cannot fix stupid. And it's not that people are stupid. It's just that they're not ready to hear, or they're not ready to change. And you may think that they're absolutely ready to change. Please, it's a waste of energy. I'm sure Superman has all of his tailors, and Lois can iron his cape. It's not your job. Okay? This is time to replenish. This is time for you. Take time for you. And are you willing to be free of the need in any way, shape, or form to save the world? Or even to save anybody? This is like Abby's card, and what Kenan was saying in the very beginning, work on yourself. Other people will see your light. Okay, who's next?
Very good. It's Doreen.
Hey, Doreen. And I think Tony and Tim are with them all, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, Doreen, thank you for being here. Now, remember, this is not about an outcome, okay? This is not about a confirmation tonight. This is not about the steps to take, but are we all willing, and you, Doreen, to focus on the feeling of having this fortune's wheel? Luck and right timing. What does it feel like to be lucky? What is that? How do you picture that? Or the right timing, just knowing that there's a right timing to everything. It gives you freedom. It frees up the mental cogs that get bogged down in the dirt of grime and time. So focus on that feeling of, man, I am lucky. And what does that look like for you? Focus on that feeling, Doreen. Okay, we have Tony and Tim.
That's right.
Tony and Tim. Woo! Great show tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So Tony, there are 24 hours in a day. There are 60 minutes in an hour. There are 60 seconds in a minute. Are you willing to let go of being constricted in any way, shape, or form by time or by other people's time? And being free of the illusion of time. Or being upset in any way, shape, or form that something is taking too long. Rather, look, oh, what's going on here? And trusting the universe has your back. When you take Beamer for a walk, do you start worrying that, oh my God, it's been 10 minutes, he hasn't peed yet, or he hasn't done his business? No. Well, I hope you don't. But you're there for the walk. You're there to be with Beamer. You're there to just allow. Trust the universe. What would that feel like? Absolute trust in the universe. Because it's the divine matrix. It's the galactic mushroom. So there's a show on Netflix called, what's the mushroom show? Fungus. There's something. Anyway, there's a, huh?
I'll find it.
Yeah, Kenan will find it. Anyway, there's this great show about mushrooms and how the mycelial connections, everything is connected. All the mushrooms.
Fantastic fun.
Fantastic fun guy. Yeah, fantastic fun guy. And you are the fantastic fun guy. Anyway, stupid joke. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist it. My point is that everything is connected. And the trees actually even use that network, the mycelial network, to communicate. Do you think you're better than a mushroom? I hope so. If mushrooms can communicate with each other, you absolutely know that angels, your mom, people that have passed, your ancestors, these guides are guiding you. Pone atención, okay? I said that for Molly, if she's still on. Pay attention, okay? Molly and I used to work together, so it's not just the power of mushrooms. It's about the communication, the divine matrix, that everything is connected. Are you willing to let go of pushing something, pushing an agenda, pushing a point of view, pushing how you think something or somehow someone should do? Okay. All right, who's next? Oh, Timmy Jazz. So Tony and Doreen, I know you guys are all together tonight with Tim. Tim functions better. Tim, you function better. I'm not talking about you in the third person. Tim, you function better when you have more downtime. You can get more done in your downtime rather than doing. You need time to sort it out. So praise yourself for that. It's your gift. And in doing that, you can actually get more done than somebody that's constantly doing, or gauging their life by doing. This is about you being, Tim. You being who you are. And when you get frustrated or when you get out of sorts, you take some time for you. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes. Tony, give him that time. He needs processing. He accomplishes more, and everyone's different. So a lot of you on the show may know what I'm talking about, that I'm not just talking about Tim. I'm talking about this meditation and stillness is you create in the energetic levels first. If you don't, nothing really comes to fruition. Create energetically, then it comes to fruition. So when you build a building, you have to dig down first. Well, if the homeowner comes and they're expecting to have their house built and they see this foundation being laid, they can get upset. Why are you digging down? The house is going to be 4 stories. No. Dig deep first, work on the energetic level. Those things will appear. Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, so next is going to be French Billy.
Okay, French Willie. Okay, French Willie. So I'm hearing the Mardi Gras for you. And taking some time to celebrate your wins rather than looking at your losses or regrets or worries. Let go of that. Go celebrate. Go celebrate. You know what? Today, Kenna made me a new bracelet. Okay, I'm going to go celebrate afterwards. It doesn't have to be about anything. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. Find something to celebrate. It's about helping you get out of your head. Keep your head. When you get too wrapped up in your thoughts, take up knitting, go for a walk, watch TV, distract your mind. If you're thinking about somebody that's passed, ask them what they want because they're around you. And be free of judging what comes to your mind. Be free of judging that, oh gosh, that's just my imagination. Is that real? No, stop it. It's real. Okay, who's next?
Nice. Yeah, it's Molly.
Oh, that's so great. You're leaving for Hawaii on Thursday.
Yeah,
That's fantastic, French Willie. Okay, Molly, Bobali, Fee, Fi, Fo, Folly. Thanks for being here, Molly. I'm so happy you're here for the first time. It's so great. So what we do, by the way, if you're just new to the show, I just shuffle the cards and I let your guides pull the cards. And whatever card comes out is the highest priority. So Molly, my dear. This is the universe as your partner. So, know what it feels like to have an amazing partner. Go with that feeling of having the amazing partner, and it comes. That amazing partner is the universe. That you're connected with the universe and all the possibilities of the universe. Connect with that rather than anything that you've lost or that has changed in any way, shape, or form. Focus on the good, because your thoughts are things, they are creating the reality. Now, stop the thoughts, go with the feeling. Go with the feeling of being loved and just cherished and just hugged, and let the universe do that. Okay? This is bigger thinking. Bigger thinking for you. And it's coming. It's there. It's literally, this is the hand of God. You are being guided. You're not the one doing the guiding. You are being guided, and it's like the father taking the daughter or the child by the hand, showing at Disneyland. Okay? This is Disneyland. The universe is getting better and better. It's wanting to show you, just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Let's go to Disneyland. Okay? All right. And
Excellent. Yeah. Next is going to be Cat and Geo.
Cat and Geo.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, you guys, for being here. So, Geo, you've got a lot of amazing opportunities. Focus on the feeling of having those opportunities already accomplished, how it's going to feel, and then so let's say it's a beautiful, beautiful, cool summer night's eve, and you're just wanting to go and just take this really nice long walk. But there's mosquitoes. And you know what? You want the walk. You want the feel of the walk. You want to smell the beautiful air. You want to be in nature. And so, yeah, there's going to be mosquitoes. You guys, there are mosquitoes in life. There are obstacles. There are annoyances. All right. So when I was in China, they have huge, like everything in the Republic of China is huge. They're spiders. They're snakes. They're lizards. They're everything. So one night I was laying in bed, and I heard this mosquito. It was pitch black. And you know how you hear this mosquito. I get up, I turn the light on. No mosquito, can't find it. Go back to bed. Jump up, turn the light on. Can't find it. Go back to bed. Like this went on for, oh gosh, I don't know, an hour. And I was getting really, really annoyed, Jared. So I finally, like the fourth or fifth time I did this, I laid back down. No mosquito. And then from the ceiling, something dropped on me, on my chest. And I freaked out because the spiders there are the size of tarantulas. And I thought, I have got to kill this thing before it gets to my brain and sucks my brain out. And so with my whole might, I just went as hard as I could, and it splattered everywhere. And I was just horrified. I was horrified. And it scared my wife. And she jumped out of bed. She's like, "What's the matter?" And she turned the light on, and there was just green goo everywhere, Jared. It was green goo everywhere. And we looked up on the ceiling, and there was a giant mosquito eating lizard. It was probably 1.5 feet long. And it had just crapped on me. And in my imagination, I thought it was a spider. I couldn't have been further from the truth. But that taught me, Jared, what this card is talking about is the universe will take care of the mosquitoes. Stay out of your imagination. Stay with the feeling of what it is you want. Did that?
That was awesome.
Okay. All right. All right, Kat. All right, Kat. How does it feel to have dinner cooked, all the dishes done, and the whole evening free? How does that feel, Kat? Focus on that. That's the feeling you want. That's the feeling that you want with life. Focus on that feeling. We're not going to be talking about outcomes, but this card is about the netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. Everybody on the show, how does it feel to have everything packed and you're on the way? You're in Hawaii, French Willie. You're there. Feel that feeling, whether it's cooking a meal and having done the dishes and just feeling that satisfaction. Focus on that. You will create that. You will create that. Okay. And?
Nice. So joining us from Facebook and last in line is Naomi Webster.
Naomi Webster from Facebook.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Naomi. And if you can, we're broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube. So if you can share that with people, that would be awesome. Okay. So Naomi, how would it feel to be in a world-renowned art show? I'm going to ask that to you, Lindsay, if you're still here. How would it feel to be in a renowned art show or in where you're open communication, where you are in this open communication with your family, with your buyers, your fans, because they understand you, they get your art, okay? This is about the power of community coming together for you. So use the power of community. Feel that support. Feel the support to what it is, what it takes to be. Feel that love and that support. Because I do that from Ken and my son, from all of you. That's what keeps me going, because I feel that support, and I know that there's divinity. There are spirits in the material world. Oh, that I forget. Dan, who's that? That's another group. There are spirits in the material world. That song just popped in my head.
Madonna?
Huh?
Madonna? She's a material girl?
No, that's Madonna. I'm a material girl. Not the same one. But there are spirits in the material world. And I know I'm dating myself, but you know what? There are spirits in the material world.
It's the police.
The police, Lady Laurel. It's the police. Thank you. And who's head of the police? Who before?
Sting.
Sting. It's Sting. There are spirits in the material world. I know that. I know that we're all being directed. So I hope I have everybody. Thank you. That they're police. Yep. Thank you, French Willie. I love you guys. Thank you for coming through for me. I love it. It's so great. Bridge Lady, Lady Laurel, Madonna. I love it. All right. All right, we're going to do this tomorrow night. Tell everybody. If this show is 3 hours long, I don't care if you drop off, but let's let everybody know, because there's a consciousness. There's this feeling of changing, this feeling of what it feels like to actually touch and be in source. And to feel that, I love you all. Thank you, thank you. And hopefully we got everybody tonight. So we'll see you tomorrow night. Let everybody know. And I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing my Facebook posts. And we'll see you all soon. Love you all. Good night.